Hi and welcome to Kids E-Series, Building Strong Foundations in Your Child. I'm Mrs. Banas Mukesh. They call me Ms. B, a mother of two lovely children and also an early childhood educator, a Montessorian with an experience of over 16 years and also a phonics trainer. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to introduce the first skill of learning the letter sounds the jolly phonics way. Parents, grandparents and teachers, I hope this video will be useful for you as you start teaching your kids the letter sounds. As I had already mentioned in the previous video, the first basic skills for reading and writing are learning the letter sounds, learning letter formation, blending, identifying sounds and words, and spelling the tricky words. Most good schools now teach reading through phonics. The reason phonics is so widely used is that research shows it works. Children need to be taught to read using a systematic phonics system. Remember, the aim of phonics is to get your child reading as quickly and easily as possible so that they are free to read stories, their textbooks, lessons, etc. It's meant to be fun. Let's look at it. Let's look at how to teach letter sounds or how to introduce letter sounds to our kids. There are 8 steps to it. Introducing letter sounds should be fun. To start with, use their hobbies and interests. If they are into animals, ask them if they could copy the sound of a cat or a dog. See how many different animal noises they can make. Can they copy a sound you make and tell you what the animal is? Or if they love monster trucks, cars and JCB toys, I often see my little students, especially boys, have them. And of course, girls are with pretty dolls, cuddly teddy bears, etc. So encourage them to make the appropriate noises when they are playing with these toys. Ask them if they could copy the sounds of birds, traffic noises, etc. Sing songs and say rhymes together. Help your child clap when they hear a rhyming word. Clap or tap a rhythm. See if your child could copy it. Can they clap their own rhythm for you to copy? Don't just straight ahead start with the letter sound. Begin by telling a story. That is step 1. After you spark their interest with these things, you can introduce the letter sound by telling a story. That's the first step. Children love stories and you may use your native language, the language your child is familiar with, and tell a story that contains the sound. For example, for the sound, there is a story about a snake that goes S. While telling the story, make sure you bring in the letter sounds as many times as you could. I begin my class by speaking in their native language as this helps me to get a connect with them and also stirs up an interest to learn. Slowly, I switch over to speaking in English after I establish a connect with my little students. Children love stories and this will be your first step. The next step would be action. While saying the letter sound, demonstrate the action for that sound to your child. Ask them to do the action with you. There are 42 different actions for all the 42 letter sounds. It helps us to revise the letter sounds in a more effective way. And the third one is using flashcards. Flashcard learning for children is quite popular as a playful means to introduce children to new words, images, or concepts. You can make your own flashcards or you can purchase them on Amazon. The link is given below. Step 4 is formation of letters. Show your child how to write the letter. Use your fingers as magic pencils to form it in the air or on the ground and on each other's backs, on the sand, etc. Practice writing the letter with a pencil on paper using the froggy legs grip. Children should not be expected to catch writing skills just from being given opportunities to play with pencil and paper activities. Rather, they need to learn to master handwriting with very specific lessons. And it is important to teach correct letter formations from the very beginning. Once your child can write letters correctly, automatically without thinking about them, he or she will be able to focus more on the actual learning process and on writing creatively. Some kids are very good at getting the letter to look correct, but the strokes were perhaps bottom to top or right to left, which can lead to handwriting issues later. So pay careful attention to how your child forms a letter, not just what it looks like at the end. If you catch formation errors early, they are much easier to correct. The next step is step number 5, blending. Blending is the process of saying the individual sounds in a word, then running them together to make the word. Show your child some words with the sounds that they have learned so far. Say the sounds individually together and then blend them together to read the words. Remember, do not show words that your child has not learnt yet. Blending can be started when the first 6 letters are introduced. For instance, sounding out s, a, t and making the word sat. It is a technique every child will need to learn, and it improves with practice. To start with, you should sound out the word and see if a child can hear it, giving the answer if necessary. Some children take longer than others to hear this. The sounds must be said quickly to hear the word. It is easier if the first sound is said slightly louder. For example, s, a, t, sat. This is a skill needed to be frequently practiced by looking at the letters, saying the sound, and hearing the words. Another way of blending, let me show you. Place each letter sound, one on the shoulder, one on your elbow, and one on the wrist. And a blending action can be done to help kids understand that all the placed letter sounds join together and give a sound. This can be done in the initial stages. And also, you can use your fingers to place the letters. For example, s, a, t, sat, sat. Step number 6, sounding. Show your child pictures of different objects that contain the letter sound they have learnt that day. Or ask them to name the object. If they are not able to identify the objects, say the word to your child. Tell them that one of the words does not have the sound that they have learnt that day. Go through each word and ask them if they can hear the sound in that word. If they say yes, ask if it is the beginning, the middle, or the end. For more practice, say other words and ask them if they can hear the sound. For example, if you had taught them the letter sound s, show them words like sun, snail, spider, and drum, and ask them to say the words. See if they can identify the word that does not contain the letter sound s. Step number 7, dictation. Dictation is one of the most effective ways to teach children to learn. Dictation enables children to write independently. This is extremely empowering and a fantastic way of learning how to write, as the children can put down what they want to say. Read out words and sounds and get your child to listen and write them down. Do not show the words to your child, as this step is for them to practice hearing the sounds in words. Remember, only read words with sounds in them that your child has learnt. Step 8 is singing songs. This is one of my favorites. Finish with a bit of fun. Learn and sing the jolly Phonics song. Do the action for that sound during the song. While singing the song, make sure you do the action that the child has learned and do it only when the sound features in the song. Shall I show you how to do it? An example of this particular song for the letter sound S. The snake is in the grass. The snake is in the grass. S. The snake is in the grass. So then, what are the first letter sounds you need to introduce? It's not A, B, C, D, E. The most common 6 letters to begin with are S, A, T, P, I, and N. These are letters on group 1. Remember, there are 42 letter sounds spread out in 7 groups and 6 in each. What does SATWIN stand for? You may ask, why those sounds? Well, that combination of letters yields the most words and has 2 continuous sounds to get students started with word building. Continuous sounds are sounds that can be made for multiple seconds, such as s and n. Once students have a greater understanding of these first initial sounds, your students will be able to decode many basic words, which in turn provides a confidence boost for little readers. Keep it easy and fun. Remember, the aim of phonics is to get your child reading as quickly and easily as possible so that they are free to read whatever they like. It's meant to be fun. So, keep phonics sessions short and focused. Aim to stop before your child gets bored. 10 minutes is often long enough. Make it as fun as possible. Pick a time when your child's not too tired and find a quiet place where they won't be distracted by screens or by noisy brothers or sisters. Even when your child is becoming a good, independent reader, keep on reading to them. Stories and high-quality non-fiction are important, and so is the cuddly quiet time you spend together sharing them. If you're ever concerned about your child's reading, talk to their teacher or you may connect with me. Share whatever you have noticed and ask for advice. This is often very reassuring and it can be a great source of new ideas for supporting your child. Hope this video was useful for you. Do leave in your comments and queries. You can get in touch with me. The number is given in the description. Also do like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications. Thank you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.